Hi, I am Veerbhadraya. I am working for university as a faculty for UG and PG students. And today the objective is I wanted to give you the complete idea on the Python programming. As you know that what is the importance of the Python today, because that is the origin for developing the present applications like a machine learning and data science, and you can say AI. Okay. So as per the today's session, I would like to just introduce what exactly the Python language. Okay. Let's see that. Let me share the content here. Give me a minute. Yeah, again, see guys here. So in this orientation, I would like to give the complete idea of the course schedule and complete syllabus of the core Python and what exactly the learning methodology. And out of this course, you'll be getting the outcome of this course. And also you'll see that before working with the programming, what is the prerequisite before working with the programming. The student should have laptop or desktop. So all these things we are going to see one by one. Okay. The total number of courses, total number of days would be 40 days, and duration is 40 days, and number of theory sessions should be 20. Number of practical sessions should be 20. Okay. The learning methodologies online and interactive mode. Okay. Online method and interactive mode. This course is not like it's not like conventional, like saying some theory and not like that. It's a practically we'll be checking everything. We'll make you to work with very interactive. Okay, that's why you can call it online and interactive. And when coming to the learning, what learning we are using, like learning by doing. Suppose if you can hear something, you'll forget. If you can do something, just remember. If you can practice it, we never forget. So that is the behind. That is the idea behind Professor Rajareddy sir. He gave us to that motivation. So that's really one of the best learning methodology. That is called learning by doing. Okay. So here I have to believe that if you can do something, just remember. If you can practice it, we never forget. Okay. The similar methodology we are going to work in this course schedule. Okay. And theory followed by the practical session, so that the things will be mapped actually. Whatever the theory we have, that will be mapped with the practical session. Outcome of this course would be on successful completion of this course, the student will be having the complete following skill set, like able to write the core Python language completely and able to design the game applications using the Python language and able to develop the data science relevant applications. And also suitable for the you are appeared for the interview as well as area of the data science relevant jobs. Okay. What exactly learning by doing? That learning methodology here is theory will map with the practical code. Okay. And each day live coding. It means that during the course itself, during the classes itself, we will be having the completely live coding. So rather than having the setup code and show it to, not like that. Lively, we are going to write the code line by line, and we are going to explain it. So such a way that what happens, the student will be get aware of it, and you will be fearing from the coding part. He'll be out of from the fearing. No fear about the coding part. That is the basic objective in this methodology. The student will get aware of the complete coding part. He'll be removing the code fear. Okay, that's the basic idea. And every session will be covering the theory followed by the coding illustration. Okay, the main course objectives would be okay. This course will be having like an individual to the people who are seeking for the overall understanding of the Python language and exposure to the machine learning, right? So with this course stuff, you'll be able to, you can enhance the knowledge in the in the domain of the data science, and which is one of the trending in the present world. Okay. Yeah. Core programming, the Python, creating the concepts from the basic data types to file handling. Then the students will be learning from the course concepts like Python programming completely. So all the following concepts will be covered. You can see in this second slide. So these are the basic concepts of the Python programming concepts, like introduction to Python. That is, intro level will be given initially. Then Python features, what exactly features of the Python, and what is the history of the Python. And you can see the applications of the Python. That's very, very important. Before working with something, you should know the importance of the where exactly you can use that. That will be focus very clearly in that also. Okay, data types and what exactly variables and expressions and control statements. Handling the strings, that's very important. Most of the times you can handling the two kinds of data, right? That is numerical and non-numerical data. However, the numerical data will be introduced, and in the preliminary we are going to manipulate the computing with the numbers, that is numerical, and after that we will be just switch over to the string processing. Okay, once after that we will be get exposed with the what are the data structures are available in the Python. Once after getting the complete data structures in the Python, then we will be handling with the file handling. Once you are starting with the file handling, you can also get exposed with the exceptional handling, because whenever you are having the file handling, ultimately you need to come across certain exceptions. By the time you were able to handle that very effectively. Okay. So once after that, you will be get exposed with the different files like CSV file, comma separated value files, and Excel, and functions as well as modules. So these are all the core concepts of Python language base. And in addition to that, we are going to get exposed with the database connectivity, how to deal with the MySQL with the database connectivity. So that is going to be covered in this syllabus. Yeah. Let's see that what exactly the intro level, in the detailed way. So Python is a wide, it is completely considered widely used high-level language for the purpose of general purpose, as well as the person is the father of Python languages, Dada Van Rosen. The first release in the 1991. By the time introduction is already, internet is already introduced actually, right? And you can see that an interpreted language. So Python is an interpreted language actually. And Python has design philosophy is that emphasis code readability. So the meaning of the statement is the main objective of the Python is it must be code readability. It can be visible to all the people. Okay. Suppose the new programmer join, so he is able to understand the code very easily. Then he can adapt to the work with the program. Okay. Notably using the white space indentation to delimit code blocks rather than the curly braces. Generally in the C, Java, and other languages like you'll be having the curly braces. So as a result, you'll be getting code will be more. Okay, but in the Python, you don't have curly braces here again. Only one colon operator there that will be covering the complete block of code. Okay, so that way indirectly we are going to reduce the code only. That's the objective and internally. Okay, and it provides the constructs that enable us clear the programming, everything, right from the very low level to like enterprise level, that is large scale applications. So by using the Python language, not only a simple desktop application, but also web applications also, by having the appropriate frameworks like Flask and Django. These are all the frameworks that are being supported for the Python language. Okay. the features, the Python features would be a dynamic type and system and automatic memory. So like in Java, we'll be having the garbage collection. The same feature is available in this Python also. So whenever you are using the memory, once the work is completed, automatically the memory will be deallocate the memory, so that is the utilization of the memory effectively. Okay, that will be supported in Python itself. Okay, and when coming to the methodology view, it's like a multi-paradigm. So it will be working as a object-oriented, imperative, and functional and procedural. It means that in the C language is a procedural oriented. Like when coming to the Java, it's a object-oriented. Fortunately, Python will support for both procedural as well as object-oriented. So that's where the Python is having more importance. Okay. And Python interpreter are available from the operating systems like C Python, and the reference implementation of the Python would be like a open source software such as community-based development model, and you can say as a do nearly the all of its variants of the implementations like C Python, and as well as manage the non-profit software foundations. Okay, so it's completely open source section. It means that it's a open source. So guys, in this slide you can understand that it's a Python is in nutshell. One slide is enough to get everything about the Python language here. The paradigm would be, paradigm means a method, what method we are using. The Python is using that object-oriented, imperative, functional, procedural, and reflexive. So indirectly it will give the features of the both Java as well as C and C++ collectively, you can say. And design, who is designed here? Guido van Rossum is the person who brought this Python language. And when coming to the development, the entire developer would be, this is the Unity actually, this is the group of team, like a Python Software Foundation, it's a group of team actually, they are going to develop the Python language from that time to till date. Okay, so the first appeared in the year 20th February 1991, and it will be almost 26 plus years of ago. Okay, and stable release is 3.6.3 here, but I just prepared this 50 before 3 years back, and now if you can see that present version would be 3.10. So that is the version actually. I'll just show you that for the example. I'll show you the sample. You can see Python. My system is already installed this Python. You can see that. So Python 3.10, that is the present version which I have already installed in my system. So this was the old one. Now presently we are using the 3.10. And typing. So it's like a dynamic typing. Okay, because if you want to add two numbers in the Python, you need not to declare the variables again. You need not define the values again separately. So directly you can give the values like a equal 10. Automatically Python will understand that it's like a integer itself. Suppose if you can say a equal to 2.2.0, then it will understand that it's like a decimal, that is a float type. Suppose if you can say a equal to Rama, so it will be treated as a string directly. So that's the advantage of the Python language. Automatically the code will be reduced. The main objective of the Python is it's like a reduce the code, and it's like a shortcut language for the programming. Okay, so that's the major things of the Python in nutshell. Simply can say file extension would be whenever you are writing a program, no, you need to give the like a file name extension, like in a C.C, in the case of C++, CPP, in the case of Java. But in the Python, you'll be having like a py, not a Python. It's like a .py. Okay, that we are going to write the extension of the Python program. Okay, and when coming to the website, originally the website is python.org. That is the original website where you will get all the details here. Okay, and this Python is influenced by different languages earlier, that is ABC, Algol 68, C, C++, and CLU, and Dylan, Haskell, and Icon, as well as Java, Lisp, and Modula 3. These are all the Perl also. These are all the different languages are being influenced with the Python language. And from that, the certain languages are being influenced from the Python, like a Boo, Cobra, Coconut, and CopyScript, and Falcon, and you can see Jenny, and Go, Groovy, JavaScript, Julia, right? And Nim, and as well as Ring, Ruby, and Shift. These are all the different languages are being influenced by this Python language. Okay. Then, so he is the author of the Python language. He's a great person, Gerda Van Rosen. He is the creator of the Python language. Okay. So he started in the year 1980 initially. Then he started implementation it. Okay, he started December in the year 1989, and he brought that by the time of 1991. Completely, he brought the Python language, and he has implemented the entire Python language, and he has implemented the like what you can say, search engine is implemented within the 3000 lines of code. That's really great. Actually, today we are using enjoy a lot with the Python language, that is search engine. The same search engine is implemented with the only 3000 lines of code. So that is a great thing achieved with this author. Okay, Gerda Van Rosen is a great person actually. So this is the brief history of the Python language. He's a great person that you must remember. That's the history of the Python language. Yeah. When coming to the next level, you can see that what are the application areas of the Python language. Probably data analysis. In the data analysis sense, it's like today there is a lot of demand for the data scientist who is going to work with the analysis of the given data, and you can predict the expected for the coming future, like that. All these applications are being to implement with the Python language. There is some libraries like Pandas and Matplot, and other modules are being used for the design analysis. Okay, this is the tools required for the data analysis, like visualization as well as analysis for the mathematical functions. Okay. The other domain would be like robotics. Today, the entire hardware and the defense, very specifically defense applications. So the robotics are playing very important role. As you know that we can develop such kind of applications using this Python language by using Raspberry Pi. Raspberry Pi is one of the, it's like a hardware device, but which can help, we can do the functionality with the Python language. Okay, by using the Python language, you can do the hardware relevant service code you can write. Okay, this is the second domain. Third domain will be web development. As you know that today, right from the desktop applications, so you can say web development applications. Basically, as you know that we are having two types of applications, right? One is system software, another one is application software. So this Python will help us both all the applications relevant, we can implement it. Web development, it will support completely. And also you can deal with the hardware like robotics relevant, and also desktop applications can run. That is the all kinds of applications can be built with the Python language. So this is the third area, that is web development. Fourth area would be crash. You crash like a symbol here, just give that. We can also implement the game application using the Python language. Okay. The next thing should be GUI, graphical user interfaces. We can develop our own GUI application using the Python language. And normal way is user interface, okay, graphical, whereas console user interface, CUI. CUI stands for character user interface, GUI stands for graphical user interface. Okay, so these are the different application areas are being used for the Python language. Right. So when coming to the features of the Python, That's simply short, we can say that it's open source and easy to learn, and it's high level language, no doubt in it, and portable. And you can say Python is interactive because the program will help us to make the more interactive by using the command line interface. More interactive means through the command line interface, you can write the code. That's what is called the interactive actually. And you can say object oriented, it will support complete object oriented. Once if you can make the object oriented, within less time we can develop the application, any kind of application. So that is being supported in the Python language. And when coming to the extendable, so Python is oftenly it is referred for the glue. So some functionality is there, we can add up to the some other functionality that is possible with this Python. Okay. And libraries. Fortunately, so Python will help us to connect to database, web services, and networking, and numerical packages like graphical user interface. All these things will be developed from the database applications, web applications, and numerical and networking, as well as 3D graphics up to that. All these relevant applications will be supported in the libraries for the Python language libraries. So that is the great thing actually. And you can say support. What the support is being having here is, you can say that Python community. The Python community will give us a lot of support for helping the implementing the software development. Okay, so that is community based. Python community is already available with all the support actually. Right. Yeah. So this is the actual concepts I wanted to give it to you at this context, guys. Now, so this is the installation way. Suppose if you want to install it now, you can go for this original site, HTTP, like Python download, python.org, that is the original website that you can go ahead actually whenever required. Once the course is started, once after I'm giving the first orientation of the Python, the second day you are going to start with the installation. That part you are going to see like this. So once after successful install of the Python, you'll be getting the working environment, that is idle Python. This idle Python, this is the environment. You can see that. It's a shell environment actually. Suppose if you can calculate it directly, you can do it. 2 plus 3 automatically will get executed like a 2 plus 3, 5. And if you can say 4 star 2 instance, it means that this is the expression like a 4 square. So that is the meaning actually. And that will get executed now. 4 into 4 star 2, 4 double star 4 and 2 instance. It is 5 square actually, 4 square actually. That is the exponential value. So directly we'll be getting the value like this. And this is the normal message. Like instead of printf, you can say print statement. Now we can use like this. Okay, this is a single line of code. Can we get executed under the CUI? That is console environment. Suppose if you want to write the more number of one line of code, you can work with the command line. Instead of the command line, you can say that shell programming, that is script, Python script. So Python script is nothing but more than one line of code. Now you can see this example: A equal to 10, B equal to 20, C equal to A plus B. So print of C. So this print of C is nothing but we are going to call the value of C. That is where A and B will be get added here already. Right? That value will get printed. How to run the program? Here you can see. You can see that. Open the shell program, add the code here. Then third step would be run that. Go to the run option. From that you can click it, then you can execute it. You can click the run option, then click F5. Automatically you'll be getting the expected output. So here 20 plus 30. Sorry, 10 plus 20, it would be 30. As a result, you'll be getting the 30. So this is the execution. How to work with this. Even you are not having a computer, you can work with this cloud environment. Okay, that also you can work it out here actually. Okay, by using this URL. Okay, now, so this is what I wanted to tell you guys at this context. Okay, For the next section, we are going to work with the like a data types and what are the comments. The rest of things we are going to start for the next session. Okay. I wish you all the best. Thank you for patience for your listening. Thank you. Yeah, I forgot to say that. Suppose if you want to install the Python language, so this is the prerequisite for the student. You should have at least system configuration would be like this. So minimum is i3 processor. As you know that today the minimum RAM would be 4 GB. Even it is less than also it's okay. And HDD, the minimal hard disk could be 1 terabyte today, but even 500 GB is also okay for us. Right? When coming to the OS, it could be Windows 7 or Windows 10 or 11, Ubuntu 20. Okay, the minimal speed is required, that is 2 Mbps for make the video conference itself. This is enough actually minimally. Okay, the present version what we are going to use here is 3.10, which we have already discussed in the session itself. Okay. Yes, when coming to my profile, I am Veerabhadraya. I did my MTech, BTech, as well as I am pursuing my PhD, and I am having 14 plus years of experience in both academic and industry, and I am having certain expertise in the area of I can help you in the C programming, Java language, along with both core and advanced, and Python language, both core and advanced, and very specifically to develop the web application like full stack development. So that is what exactly front end and back end and the business logic and all. And we used to develop the e-commerce applications and data science. Under data science, we can work with the machine learning and artificial intelligence. And I was also working with the Internet of the Things. So by using Raspberry Pi, we can develop any sort of applications like a small scale application to large scale applications. Okay. In addition to these skills, I was also working with the DBMS and you can say networks and software engineering. All other academic subjects I used to teach actually. I thought other these languages I have done earlier. And when coming to the practically, I used to work with the projects also. I used to train many students for learning the projects and making the projects. This is about my profile, guys. So whenever required, apart from this skill set here, you can utilize me at any time. So this is my contact number.